Hi there, I'm Linda and this is Hutton's Valley Permaculture. In addition to my cows and sheep, I have alpacas grazing my pasture. The primary purpose is to keep foxes away from young lambs, and they do a fantastic job. In today's video, we are having a look at a second reason I have these guys, and that is for providing fibre. Today, Dusky and Oppie are heading off to the alpaca farm that they originally called home to be shorn, and this year I'll be joining them to help out. What a fantastic opportunity to film the event and share it with you all. These two grow an amazing amount of fibre over a year, and for the animals' welfare they do need to be shorn each year. Now I could organise a shearer to come here, but I prefer to use the service provided by the breeder. Not only are the animals collected for shearing and hoof trimming, but they get a health check, vitamin shots, and they even see a dentist to get their teeth filed. Yes, their teeth can get too long. After being loaded onto a float, the guys join their friends at the farm. It's always nice visiting here to check out the little crias. That's what baby alpacas are called, and like other baby animals, love to play and run around. I helped out a few days with shearing this year. Lots of alpacas to be shorn, and I was excited to find that we also had to handle a few llamas as well. These guys are huge. But of course, I was most excited to see my boys come in to get their winter coats removed. Oppie was a bit hesitant coming in. He's been here before and knows that getting flipped onto the shearer's table is no fun at all. But no point fighting it once you're tied down, and he mostly accepted the rest of the ordeal pretty well. Veronika, the shearer, did a fantastic job. She finds having an extra bit of light on these darker alpacas is essential. The shearer works in such a way to remove the fibres so the strands are as long as possible. Second cuts produce small, short pieces of fibre that aren't as useful down the track and end up in the scrap pile. Now it's Dusky's turn and he's not impressed.
Might be good. Yep. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, okay. Gonna pull forward.
If there had been an award for the loudest animal of the day, well, Dusky would have won. Come on, matey. Oh, I feel better. See you, matey. See you at home. A few days later, the boys are brought back home to rejoin their friends. Time for a rub and to get dirty again under their favourite tree. So then, what happens to the fibre? Now this is the fibre that I've got from my two boys. This one is Oppie. He's a Surrey type alpaca, and Dusky is a Wakaya alpaca. So their fibre types are slightly different. Now I'll be picking through all of these, washing them, and preparing them and then hopefully spinning them into yarn. It's definitely an ongoing learning process. I have made a video on spinning before, which I'll link to. Lots more practice to get proficient at it, that's for sure. But in the meantime, I can buy spun alpaca yarn from the farm. Michelle is hoping to have an online store on her website soon. So if you're interested, check serenityalpacas.com.au. The fibre that isn't made into yarn is sent off to a broker who sells it on for many other purposes. So very little of this beautiful material ends up being wasted. It is a really lovely resource from these animals. I did actually bring home more than just the fibre from my two. I collected quite a few bags of scrap and contaminated material. I've already shown using some of this in a recent compost build, and I'll leave a link for that video here. Another use for this material is as a mulch for trees, so that's what I'm going to do now. In this area of my top swale, I've got a few hazelnut trees and a few younger support trees that are kind of getting inundated by all the undergrowth. There's buttercup here and there are grasses elsewhere. So the alpaca fibre will be fantastic to help mulch these plants. So the fibre is likely to float away. So we're going to put that as the bottom layer and then some of this cut buttercup. And finally, I've chopped some Tagasasti branches and cut those up and we're going to lay those on top. So we'll just clear around the plant to start with. So with that clear, we can add the alpaca fibre. In permaculture, you can't help but look at things in a different way. All of this fibre is a natural product and it will break down and add valuable minerals and things to the soil. I will be using these fibres, I've got lots, and I will be using them for other ideas I have, and I'll be showing you those down the track. But for the moment, we're going to get all these little plants nicely mulched so they can thrive. Now I'll quickly cover that over so it doesn't all blow away on us. Firstly with the cut down buttercup that we've got here. And to finish off, some of this Tagasasti. All the different materials used as mulch do add to the soil different nutrients, and it's a different value to the different microorganisms. Looks pretty happy there now. Now normally I wouldn't bother mulching these plants too much once they get above a certain height, but I have heaps of this alpaca fibre and the soil is pretty bare right here, so it is going to help the soil as well as benefit the plant. Actually, with a closer inspection, that's a little bush rat hole, so all that soil's been dug out from the ground, but we'll cover it over anyway. One bag empty and a few more to go. I've got these 4 plants all nicely mulched now with what others would see as a waste product. In permaculture, you're taught to look at things more as resources. Everything sort of turns to a resource if you view it in the right light. So this is going to add to my soil and really benefit these plants and keep it out of landfill. My alpacas not only make great guards, but they do produce fantastic fibre, which has many uses. Now, I do intend on making an animal management series later on in the year in which I'll more fully cover alpaca management. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at my boys' annual haircut today. It definitely makes them a lot more comfortable in a hot summer, and by the time winter comes, it will have all grown back to give them plenty of warmth. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.